Other interesting cultural news, you have a white WNBA player receiving an award and awkwardly praising African-American players instead of just, saying thank you for an award, which, yeah, it's probably been a decade since people just said, thank you for the award. I thank my family, my friends, my God. Yeah, nowadays, it seems like every award has to have some type of virtue crap thrown in there, which I really don't think anyone actually cares in terms of they're not increasing the entertainment value to the consumer. Now, this is brought to us thanks to End Wokeness, who unfortunately is going to make me learn another WNBA player name, which I would argue is mostly useless data. I already know that one gal, Catherine. I know she scored like a point. All 15 people, well, 7 people in her family, but all 8 people left in the crowd greatly applauded. Went above like 35 decimal points, I believe. I'm only partially kidding, but I do know Caitlin Clark, partially because she's an Iowan. Now, he says, quote, WNBA player Paige Buckers gets a reward and she's awkward as hell. Which, at least she did dress up nicely. At least she looks nice. It's something, I guess. But let's hear what she has to say.
With the light that I have now, as a white woman who leads a black-led sport and celebrated here, I want to show a light on black women. They don't get the media coverage that they deserve.
How pathetic is that? You can't just a shift. Does she feel so guilty? And why did she have to shift focus? She got an award, and she's like, "Oh no, you should pay attention to them." You got the award. Celebrate. You did something right. I mean, you're not good to the point where you actually are at headlines, or I would know your name. It's also the NBA player, WNBA. I mean, I know one player's name. In terms of the NBA, I think I know 2 players. You got Michael Jordan, and who's the other one? Kobe, and because of Kobe and Shaq. Again, I don't know sports balls too much, but I like the sport of business. Now, this got 2.9 million views and 13,000 likes. One of the first comments that comes to us thanks to Clown World, in which he simply says she's pathetic, getting 3.4 thousand likes. The Texas one says, yet another reason to turn off the WNBA, go woke, go broke, getting 449 likes, which, I mean, I would argue they've been woke from day one. And one of the biggest, I mean, talk about kind of funny that the WNBA tends to be feminist and women are strong, and yet they would not exist without men because they're directly subsidized by the NBA and have lost money every single year since their inception. I believe last year they lost $200 million, or no, $100 million. Technically, they're getting closer to making money, but I don't know if they'll ever be financially viable without, basically charity from businesses that want to advertise to all 18 people who watch the WNBA. Luke Rukowski says, quote, pathetic, gained 1.1 thousand likes. Gunther Eagleman says, does she have white guilt? Gained 2.2 thousand likes. And he also got 79 responses. One of the top ones comes to us thanks to MAGA Forever saying she has white fear. She's afraid of getting the Clark treatment, getting 27 likes, which, yeah, Caitlin Clark, I suspect because she got so much media attention, the other players started to get more physical, really rough with her because they are the ass of class in not a good way. Base Electrician says, quote, white women in WNBA are terrified of black women, getting 35 likes. Paul Zupa says there's more proof that awards are meaningless, getting 301 likes. Paul Zupa, Livercut Media TM says, quote, I guess she doesn't know that 99.9% of the WNBA is black, getting 273 likes. America AF says white liberal women are the worst, getting 3.5 thousand likes, which they also have, statistically speaking, the highest level of mental, not decline, but mental problems. College-educated liberal white women. We also have Captain of the White Tower saying, quote, liberal women are a fascinating case study in anthropology, getting 6.8 thousand likes. Wayne Paul says she's been taught to hate herself for being white. This must end, getting 4.2 thousand likes. John Rocker says, what a disgrace to society, getting 4.9 thousand likes. Washington's Ghost. I guess he has so much time in his hand he could actually tweet. I would assume, I guess maybe get bored in heaven. You just say, I'm just sign up for that because I'm only partially kidding. He says, quote, they'll repay her by her kindness by throwing her around the court, getting 2.9 thousand likes. We also have Kingman Lee saying white self-flagellation is pathetic, getting 7.4 thousand likes. Wow. JD says, oh, look, she thinks black players are inferior and need white players to be their saviors. Not racist at all, not even a little bit. Getting 1.3 thousand likes. Scrolling down more and more. You have Masha Rushi saying, quote, another white WNBA player bending over backwards to pander to black players. Why does every white athlete feel the need to kiss up like this? Race getting 1.7 thousand likes. Kathleen Holt says the WNBA is woke gay trash, getting 535 likes. Let's see. I'm not seeing any contrarian statements. Girl PD asked ChatGDP what are the percentages of all races in WNBA, and says approximately 70.3% of the WNBA players are African American. Overall, 81.1% of WNBA players are people of color. No, I guess definitions are changing. I thought this was what? Wait a minute. Got 18 likes. Going down more and more. Peggy Keenan says, yes, if only the NBA would pay attention to black players, getting 615 likes. And yeah, let me know. I mean, it seems like all the awards ceremonies do this, but do you think it'll ever actually stop? I really don't know if her statements actually make anyone happy. But yeah, I mean, it went pretty viral on social media, and I think the average consumer is just kind of tired of it. I think most people just say, take the award, smile, and go home. But we'll see. Do you think in our lifetime will there ever be a time in which people just accept the award without saying anything in addition to the cliche, thank your family and your God and your friends? Let me know, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, try to get 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so you can click that button. I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, and a comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.